Okay, so what am I doing today? Well, I'm going to finish welding up my little parking brake adapters. A couple of things came. Earlier this week, the new fuel pump for the Ford truck came. I'm not sure if I'm going to need it. I'm going to test the fuel flow through it, the original one first, before I go and swap this out. I also got this, which is a box, but inside the box is, well, apparently delicate instruments, but it's actually some of that same goop that I used to put the pan saver on. And I'm going to try that out. It's like an aircraft quality fuel tank sealer, but it's also oil and other material safe. And this is the overhead version, so it's supposed to be a little bit less stringy, so it's not going to gloop off of that when I'm putting it on the underside surface. So sometime soon I'm going to get back underneath that thing, clean up the oil pan, and then slop this stuff all over it, and hopefully that'll seal it up well enough, since that's exactly what it's meant to do. Anyways, on to the welding. Okay, there you go, it's done. I'm not a welder, but I think it's stuck together. A little undercut there, and I'm going to have to trim off those front edges because there's no way they were going to weld. You know, considering the fact that this thing has over 8 knobs and 3 switches, it must automatically make me a good welder. You know, and it is by a reputable company, Smiley Tools, world-renowned. Anyways, it just occurred to me that I might have just screwed up because I didn't check something very, very important. Yes, that one is correct. And that one is correct. Okay, I was a little worried that the big end was on the outside, which is the way it has to be, otherwise it doesn't work. Or I'd be remaking another set of these things. But I got to cut those corners off, the front corners off. They're not even worth trying to weld up. But nonetheless, I'm not ashamed to say that it's not the best welding job, but I don't think I warped the flanges there. They look like they're sitting flat on the thing there. So those have got to cool off. Then I think I will put them on the truck without painting them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try out the parking brake and see that it is indeed locking up the back wheels. Before I can do that, I got a few more of those studs. It's a little frustrating that they're so hard to get. But I got another 5. It's not even enough to complete one side unless I pulled one off of the other side, but nonetheless, I can put 4 on each side and an extra one somewhere else. And that'll do for the moment. But I had to order some off of eBay because nobody had them in stock. It's just bizarre. These aren't ones that are recommended for it. These are the ones that I figured I determined would work. Anyways, so I'm gonna press these on, I guess. Okay, so the vacuum piece is in there, not painted or anything like that. It's all hooked up. I haven't actually tested it yet because I wanted to clean up the drums before I put them on. And so I decided, well, if I'm going to clean them up, I might as well hit them with some of the, well, that's up there, the caliper paint, which is also drum and other bit paint. I mean, you can say rotor as well, but I guess you only paint the center section of your rotor. So anyways, I'm distracted like hell. For the life of me, I cannot remember what I was using on the back side of that to press these in. So I'm probably not going to do that tonight until I remember, or I look back at the video and see if I gave myself a little hint there. So regardless, anyways, I'm shaking the paint in my new old paint shaker. That's working like brand new since I cleaned up the main bearing there. And just wasting time right now. Anyways, I'll get to paint these things and I'll show you what they look like. There's no caliper primer, so I'm assuming that that's primerless paint. See how it works. Okay, there you go. 3 coats of this caliper, rotor, drum paint. I'll probably put it on a little heavy. I noticed some runs, but I don't think I'm going to be too worried about that. They're covered with some paint. If any got on the machine surface, which it looks like a little bit did, I'll just take a little bit of light emery paper and just clean it off. It shouldn't be a problem. Pressed in the studs, and I noticed that the new studs are slightly different than the previous batch of studs I got. They got a different flange there. They're actually better because the flange is buried, but I think they're also a slightly different length. But I don't think it'll be too big a deal, hopefully. You know, just as long as this third set that I ordered off of eBay matches the other two sets, more or less. And, oh, what else? Well, I guess that's it. Once that stuff dries, well, I'll leave it till tomorrow. I'll put it on. Getting a little bit late tonight. Vicky's out picking up some lunch for us. Or dinner, I guess it is. And Tuffy had her Saturday meal, which it's Friday, but she had her jelly meat. She enjoyed, as well as Whitty, who I can see just down there. I don't know where the other bunch of buggers are, but they're around here somewhere. And I think we're going to take it easy for the rest of the night. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Thanks. Oh yeah, here's just a side note. Can you believe that I've got 2 people who want to buy this thing already? If I get that purple thing, well, the red thing on the road, I suppose I got a buyer for it, but I really was going to strip it down for some of the parts that I put into it. It's got 2 new fuel tanks, 2 new fuel pumps. I want the seats out of it as well, and the cap, and the hitch. Anyways, I'm not going to worry about that until the red thing is done. That'll be at least a while. A few more weeks, months, maybe. Anyways, that is definitely it for today.